From the studios of Watchman Broadcasting on the banks of the Savannah River, it's Club 36 with Dorothy and Russell Spaulding. Tonight, uplifting ministry, testimonies, and live music, sharing the gospel to the CSRA and beyond. And now, your host for Club 36, Dorothy and Russell Spaulding.
Amen. I think that, like when the Lord says, you know, we look at it from this perspective, as it gets darker, the light ought to get brighter.
Brighter.
And see, he said we're called to be that salt. And so salt affects the taste of everything. So if we're someplace and we're not affecting it positively or causing it to change, he said then we're the salt that's trampled under men's feet. So we have to go in someplace. And oftentimes I found Christians will say, Lord, I'm in such a dark place. Why is that? Because I want you to be light.
Yeah, in that dark place.
I mean, if we're in a well-lit room and we're all believers, okay, there's no light. And he said, go out. And, I tell people oftentimes they look at this and they say, well, why not let's have this huge assembly and have all of us together? And my mindset on that, I said, well, Jesus had something very similar to that. He's the greatest man of God ever. And he was training 12 other great men of God and so many other disciples. And what did he tell them? Did he say, hey, fellas, let's build the biggest church ever? He said, get somewhere. Spread this thing out. Because it's for everyone. For God so loved the world. And many times we get that exclusive spirit as opposed to an inclusive. And so we don't know who's going to receive the Lord. That's not our job to say, well, this one's going to make it. That one. God says, go for it and just share it with everybody. And that's what we try to do. We don't know. We've seen people, many times we get caught up in what the shell looks like. We don't know. We don't know that person. That's just the house. That's like riding through a neighborhood. You don't have any idea who's living there.
No.
And God says, go up and knock and share the gospel of Jesus Christ. And that's our job, I believe, as believers, that everywhere we go, everybody we meet, we don't know who's that closest to eternity. And so he says, listen, don't allow their blood to be on your hands. Did you share what you know about me